Pentagon report is detailing a dramatic increase in UFO sightings, more than 350 since 2021. Is there life on other planets? Scientists may be one step closer to an answer.
There is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
Yes, we are here.
Take
Occam's
two.
razor be damned. We are here to talk Tic Tacs, saucers, and spheres. Break out your cigars, and at the end of each episode, Ronnie bores you to death about stars. Mm-hmm. All right, Ronnie, listen.
Get an air conditioner in your fucking apartment.
Ronnie's sweating. But I like to keep...
Place is so hot.
When I show you these great UFO footages, these different videos that I have in store for you today, I want this to be like an interrogation room.
Yeah.
And I want to put
be
that
fair,
spotlight on
you have the bearded dragon, and you do have to keep the environment for it.
Yes.
But I just feel sorry for the guinea pig.
I have pets, you know. They're like, he's got a fan on his fat old ass.
He's fan in fresh water. Good boy.
Yeah, he's a pretty good guy. Yeah. So we have some good footage that I have scoured the globe for Ronnie. Okay. And I've come up with some really cool ones to go over today. So the first one that we're gonna play is I found an in color version of the gimbal video, one of the 3 government released from the Navy aircraft.
The same video we watched. We played on the first episode, yeah.
Episode 1, that's right. And so this one isn't the Go Fast or the Tic Tac Nimitz one. But this is the gimbal video where it looks like it's rotating and while it's moving and changing shape and so on and so forth. Well, this one is a lot clearer in general. Some strange color and distortion. I think they're trying to get a clear image of it. But the interesting thing before we play this one is that you can clearly see the outside of the screen that this is taken off of some sort of TV screen, computer screen, where somebody just filmed it with their phone, almost as if, you know, it couldn't be taken out of the facility, but if they had access to watch it, they ended up filming this on their phone.
Yeah.
And this is a newer, updated version of that gimbal video. So let's play that now. What do you think about this, Ronnie?
Y'all are going to sit in silence while I watch it.
You see how it changes shape?
It really does.
And it changes
it's not even
more
that it
than
just
once.
It's not even just that it changes shape. It's like it fully separates itself and reassembles itself into something completely different. You see what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. And it's still got all the data in there as well. You can see how he's filming this off of a phone. So this is...
And
that is Transformers, buddy. That's Transformers in the sky.
Yeah.
And so
it's not Transformers in disguise.
But let me ask you something.
Transformers in
How long will it take till... This is a new video I found here. This is not popularized yet, but... When this is on,
will be.
Oh yeah, now it will be.
But we need your help.
When this is on more, more shows, when people start talking about this one, how long will it take, Ronnie, before they say that this is a new kind of weather balloon that can reassemble itself?
Oh yeah, it must have exploded and it just taped itself back together, right?
Weather balloons sometimes do that, but I bet it's actually a bird.
So did the new Chinese spy balloons.
Hey, this one right here, I bet it's actually a bird.
Yeah, or like a drone.
Yeah. It's gonna be one of those 3.
I think so.
This thing is fucking trippy, you know? This is trippy.
Yeah.
Is it not?
It is very strange, honestly, the movements and the way it transforms. Is
you know what adds value to this footage to me is that this is, you guys, this is the gimbal video. And just in color. And you can see more of it. And so when you get cucks like Mick West shining light bulbs in his garage and going, look it looks like the light makes it look like it moves around. Well, here we go. Now here we are.
what kind of light makes them look like that, huh?
Yeah, let's see you. Let's see you recreate this in your garage.
Yeah, I want
Mick
you
West.
to break a light bulb and let it put itself back together.
I mean, really, that guy sucks. But anyways, that video, yeah, that's a newly found video, you guys. So I really hope for real that you enjoy that. I just think that is so interesting. I think that it still has all the data up there. You can see that's still the footage, the same footage.
Now, is this like one of the first ones they've actually put color to? Because I know like a lot of the...
I've never seen any other ones with color to them or the raw footage of it, of any other ones. This is the first one that we've gotten a glimpse of where this is something that clearly... I mean, honestly, this is so the government's okay to release these, and it's the black and white's the raw footage with the data on it, which is very cool. But they always, I mean, when they say that, oh, we released these some years ago, but these were actually from 2004 and 2006, like, so we held on to them for 10 years to do some investigating. These would be the kind of videos that they would have that they wouldn't have wanted to show us about, you know, where they would finally say, well, look at that fucking thing. We don't know what this is. And then let's give them the raw footage. Let's put that out there. This is kind of what you'd imagine that they would have access to that we don't see. And it looks like somebody could have very easily just shot this off their cell phone from a screen where they couldn't sneak out anything and snuck shooting.
I want to know what whistleblower actually took that video.
I love the idea of it.
I mean, for real, man. If there were people that want to get the actual information out,
how many people does it take before you get narrowed down to the odds of one? Does it? If there's 3 people, maybe all of them wouldn't do that. If there's 10 people, maybe. If there's 30 people, what are the odds that one of them is just going to be overwhelmed by, like, we can see this and nobody knows about this?
Yeah, people need to see this.
Yeah, like, this is why we say it's an anomaly. And you complain it's black and white. Look at this thing fucking shape-shifting all over the place.
The only issue I have with edited videos like that, like, I know it still is the same video, it's the same angles, everything as... The other one, just a little weird because of the cell phone footage.
Right.
But I am always kind of skeptical of any kind of edited videos, whether it's just adding color or anything like that. You know, I know that's a reasonable response to things, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially in this day and age.
Because there's some, like, artificial coloring going on in there, which is hard to even tell what that is. Because in general, it's a fully colored video where you can see in the sky and stuff that looks normal, but you know, up above it, and when it stops transforming, moves into the sky looking like a C-shaped boomerang or something. It's you know, that's normal footage that's not black and white, but there's some color distort, and I don't know what that's really about, but this video just really interested me.
Maybe the person's never seen the sky before.
You never know. But the clarity of it, Ronnie.
Yeah, that's fair.
The clarity of it, where you can see how it changes and stuff, you know, is so different.
Especially
this
with
is so much like
the slowed down version, especially.
Yeah, the clarity of this fucking thing in the sky is just nuts to me. I'm gonna play another one that I found. This one's just a good old one. Now, this one looks like it's from 2003. It's shot on the beach.
20 years ago.
Yeah, but I had not seen this before, and I'm a guy who obsesses with this stuff. So I if I haven't seen it ever, and it looks pretty convincing, it looks like pretty strange. I think that, you know, it's good to go to play on the channel here. So this one from 2003, shot on the beach. Let me ask you, what do you think about this, Ronnie? So we're on the beach. There it is.
Trying to keep it still.
And I mean, that's very clear.
I mean, yeah, that is very...
I mean, and it's just an
clear.
obvious
It's gone.
saucer, and it's gone.
And it's gone.
I'm good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me just get a quick video of this spaceship and it's gone. Goddamn.
I think that one was trippy to me. I mean, and a clear saucer. I mean, look at that thing.
I mean, yeah, and it looks like all of the ones, not all of them, but like with the Brazil footage and everything and the way they were talking about how it fell with it wobbling, it looks like that one was wobbling as well. You know what I mean? It looks like they always have a little trouble flying in our atmosphere.
Well, and you know the thing is that all of these just disappears. all of these.
It's not even that it just disappears. You can see it go
Yeah,
fucking shooting towards the right.
Off to the right. Yes. Yeah. You know, I think the whole thing about it is, and what they say about them is, if you had anti-gravity, if we did, you know, ARVs, alien reproduction vehicles, or you know, whatever. You say the word, not you're better with words.
It's just aliens reproducing this vehicle, according to this man.
Yes, no, it would be us, like, if we had the technology even to do it, to make our own thing, or that, or if it's them, or whatever it is. If you had one of these vehicles, right, in general, and the thing about all of them that makes them alien, it's not actually the shape. Like, the shape sometimes, yeah, because, I mean, honestly, like, a ball, like a sphere, or a cigar with no wings, and so it's not aerodynamic. The saucer a little bit could be, you know, but the thing that makes all these really
about
be
as
like,
aerodynamic as like a fucking car, yeah.
Yeah, the thing that makes all these vehicles though be alien and be technology that makes us go, wow, look at that and how it's so different. Isn't that they're not shaped like a plane? It could be shaped like anything. It's the way that they move. So when you say that it wobbles like that, that's what they say about how these things would work if they're anti-gravity.
Yeah.
Basically at that, but like the way like Bob Lazar describes it is, if you have on your bed, you put like a bowling ball down, it sinks into the bed a little, then you would be creating like a force field around the object. So if you put your hand out in front of it, ahead of it, and you press down on the bed, the bowling ball would roll towards your hand. So it's falling into itself, and that's what the anti-gravity.
Yeah, that's physics.
Yeah, that's what anti-gravity would be. So if you had that and you wanted something to hover in one place, it would maybe kind of wobble around or look unsteady and unstable.
I mean, that is true.
Yeah.
Gravitational waves, right?
Yeah, because you're not using a means of propulsion where you're, you know, staying at an altitude, or you're keeping the thing in one, you know, in it looking like it's in one place as it moves only in one direction. These things are just, I mean, helicopters, when they hover, they can stay pretty still, but a lot of times they got to stop to hover. They wobble back, even a helicopter.
Yeah, they more go up and down, not...
Yeah, but that's just the whole hovering aspect of it. If it wasn't our means of propulsion, but it's some sort of strange anti-gravity thing, then, you know, that might be the way that it would look, you know? But we're just going to
What if they just have invisible propellers?
Invisible helicopter propellers.
Bro, yeah. Hey, we're getting the new weird shit. Let's go. They don't have anti-gravity.
They're just helicopters, you guys. You know?
Just a new government helicopter.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. I think... What are the chances, Ronnie, that... So here's the deal. This is the way I look at aliens and everything. I think I've said this a lot to you, but probably never on this podcast. But if I'm being very real with you, just because I like the subject and stuff, doesn't mean I won't be very real with you. So, like, if you ask me the one question that's more... you know, general about, is there other life out there? And not only that, but other intelligent or even more intelligent life. I would, in a never-ending universe, I would say that you would have to be crazy to not believe that. And then the step down from that would be, have they come here? Have they been able to make it here? What do you think about that?
What I do think about that is, if they were to come here, they would have had to have been trying to come here for so fucking long, man. Like, I get that they can move a lot faster than what we have now. But traveling across, whether it's fucking not universes, but galaxies, or traveling from fucking even say any other star that's
Are
near
you
us
talking
is going to
about
take so long. I mean,
traveling like the speed of light or faster than the speed of light travel? Because I've heard a lot of things like that are people way beyond my level of smarts here, but physicists and things explaining how you can travel not only just wormholes, which is one way, but also just that you technically like
yeah, but if
could
there was
travel without the means of like a natural like, oh, you're traveling and it'll take this long because you're going fast. It would be like that. There's different ways that they could travel. Than
right, but if you think about it, like even a black hole, the dust and everything that circles around a black hole goes at about a third the speed of light.
yeah.
So even a wormhole, anything like that, we wouldn't have like severe noticeable things in space that we'd be able to see or at least have some kind of data for that would show them coming here to us. No matter what it is, whether it's a wormhole or them just zooming in here really fucking fast, we're able to track asteroids and everything that are coming here from fucking light years away. Well, with anything that's traveling towards us, I feel like we'd be able to already know that it's coming towards us.
Yeah, but no, that's very fair. Okay, but here's the deal: is that we do track. You just said it, kind of. We track asteroids in quotations. Like we track things that are asteroids, things we just think are asteroids, and the way we do it is that we don't have these pictures they give you as like this is what we think it looks like. But we can't take, the Oumuamua thing came through our solar system, and we track that and said, hey, it's a thing, and we know it's coming here, and then they go, this is what we think it looks like. And they give we can't get actual imaging of the things, so we don't know what the fuck any of these things are that we think are asteroids or space trash or anything.
I mean, in the most recent years, we've had a lot more activity with asteroids passing by our planet.
Yeah, and
not
if
actually
you
hitting or anything, but just getting close.
Yes, and if you basically, if I put it to you this way, like explain this, like if there was, let's just wrap your mind right, if there was an alien spacecraft, right, and it looked like a crazy alien spacecraft, didn't look anything like a rocket, it's a clear spaceship, right, and it came. And was coming towards us, and we go, oh, this is probably we would say probably an asteroid or something, right?
Something funny shaped, yeah.
Yeah, look at that. It's something. And then
kind of anomaly.
We would never be able to get any sort of even blurry picture of it. We couldn't take a picture of it. Correct?
Depending on how close it is.
We'd have to think. We'd have to say.
We get pictures of our solar system.
We could, yeah, but we couldn't. Yeah, we do, but we get like the light coming from other planets, stars, things like we get, and it's just blackness, and it's like, oh, it's the light, and so then they make the thing look like they doctor it to make it look like what they think it would look like with the naked eye. And what I mean is, if you couldn't even take a picture of a Oumuamua passing through our solar system. That was any sort of picture, even a blurry. There was no picture. It was just artist renditioning of what they think the thing looks like. Then who's to say that wasn't and they're like, oh, could this be something? They're like, no, look at it, it's a rock, but that's an artist renditioning of it.
Yeah.
We don't know what that looked like at all, do we?
Yeah. I mean, in a never-ending universe, there's no way in hell that we're the only sentient life or intelligent life. Like it is silly to think that we're the smartest beings there are.
It happened here. Life happened here already. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean there's planets and stars and everything that are so much older than we are as a planet. It's crazy, like you said, to think that we're the only ones that are.
Yeah, that would be
But
nuts.
what would be the benefit of visiting here for planets that have already been developed for so much longer than we have?
Well, if they were so much developed longer than we... Here's the other thing I have... well, first off, if they were literally just so much more intelligent than us already, and they didn't need us for anything... I've heard this on Joe Rogan, and I kind of like this. I kind of like this thing. There's a lot of things you can still say that they would want to do. One, I mean, if we're going to get...
Reproduce.
Yeah, no, if we were going to get really...
is that not what Joe Rogan's talked about?
No, he didn't. If we were, for one thing, if they were, if we get really out there, you can go with all sorts of different reasons for this. One being maybe they seeded life, not only here, but on many other planets, and they go and check up on that. But what I heard on Joe Rogan as well, which is like mixing in his comedy kind of for the thing, but actually literally makes sense, is we are here. You just take everything back to what we know here on Earth. Mm-hmm. We're here and we're so intelligent. And sure, like, we don't need a fucking thing. Like, we don't need a fucking thing, and we don't actually, for our own self, besides our curiosity that we naturally have, we get nothing, we don't get anything out of learning except thinking it's cool and being curious to learn. We get nothing out of learning about animals that are around us that live in wildlife.
That's not true.
We don't get much out of that. Like, for instance, and even then when you learn about stuff,
I don't believe in that at all, what you just said.
What?
We don't get anything from studying the animals that we have on Earth?
Except for our getting into our own curiosity and having the willingness to learn about things that you didn't need to learn about to continue building cell phones and giant things like that.
I see. I don't agree with that.
Tell me then.
See, I feel like when we study other animals, we get a better understanding of life on Earth in general.
Okay, yeah. So,
because you look at how different groups of animals act and behave, right? Mm-hmm. When compare it to humans, and see the differences between us and animals, and you try to. Not only is it a curiosity thing, but it's a connection kind of a thing, right? Like, we were feeding wolves, trying to bring them into our own homes and be like us.
That's not a bad point, but still it kind of falls into exactly what I was saying. Like, so then how about that would be the reason that they would come here when they don't really need to? You know what I mean?
That's fair.
They don't need. We don't still like. You know what I mean? But like, we can still all our technology, our smarts, all this stuff. If we want to feel, that's a very good point you made. That is absolutely true. Actually, that was beyond what I was saying. So that's fair. But you know what I mean when it still falls into the category that
it could
learning things about society in general or our connection to the universe and living things on this planet is still unnecessary if you were only concerned with building more technology, being advanced, being intelligent. So that would be a reason. And Joe Rogan basically also says that, we go to the zoo, don't we? And those animals we already know about. They're not even living in the wilderness. We capture them. We take them to a place. We stick them in a place, and then we go. They're just. Yeah, we go fast, decent. And we
that's a nice fucking monkey right there.
Yeah, and we literally go there. And they're very generic animals that we've also found can be kept pretty easily, like a tiger, a monkey, a lion, a seal, things like. And then we go there regularly when we know everything about these animals, basically, and they're not even exotic. Oh, it's a new species, and we still go there and we just stare at them. And so he thinks that why wouldn't you do that? It would be it could even be it's
so
half
we could
funny.
Just be
it's half funny.
It's
half funny, but half maybe true. Where they're look at these look at these hairless fucking apes that are shooting rockets off and trying to do crazy shit. Look at them.
Look, you almost made it into space.
Look at them just killing each other and fucking each other over and all this stuff. Well, let's go look at them. And maybe they gather the aliens.
Maybe they're just on a family outing.
And maybe they gather up the alien family, Ronnie. Yeah. And they go, come on, honey,
they ain't throwing peanuts, they're throwing UAPs.
Yeah. Come on, honey. Let's go look at the humans,
That's fair. I don't think having that innate curiosity is a general thing to humans. I think every living thing in the world does have some kind of curiosity. So
right.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
I would say that that is very fair. Aliens might come here because they're like, wow, look at that. That's
so. And then here, let me also give it to you this way. Let me put it this way.
You know think they're disappointed in what they've seen so far?
I'm sure they would be. right? And I mean, I'm sure they would be if they're very. But also, what I was gonna say on also another angle of this. This is a good conversation, by the way. Another angle of this is that, you know, so like what really is the definition of, like, if we're not talking just intelligence, what do you know, what do all this stuff. If you're talking what capabilities do you have, we would say that we always naturally resort to saying that, oh my goodness, and you know, if an alien could fly here from so far away somehow in a spacecraft that doesn't have any means of propulsion, like that is so beyond our technology. But here's the other thing, is that it's just it could just be different, right? It just could be different. Not necessarily so beyond our technology. It's like, it would be like us saying, like, of course we're smarter, we're way more intelligent than like a fucking, we talked about this on the last one, than an octopus, you know? But octopus are intelligent enough, and we can't change our skin to blend in with stuff. And if we never knew about an octopus, and they're like, wait, we need air. This thing breathes underwater. If it was brand new, it changes its color to blend in. Wait, this thing can mimic, and we might say literally the way we talk about aliens, like, this thing is so beyond us. But no, it's just different. Its evolution was different. So its capabilities are just different. I mean, dude, and there's levels to rating intelligence.
Grew up on a different planet. Who doesn't know what kind of atmosphere they
another Bob Lazar thing is basically saying that a lot of this anti-gravity technology is basically, we have no way of knowing how to reproduce like a stable version of element 115. But element 115 is what he found, what he had. Malkovium. He even made a video of it with a cloud test where the clouds go around the thing. They blow into it, but they go around it without ever touching it, because supposedly it has anti-gravity, means to it. So one thing is that what he was saying is it's from this element. Right? And so Malkovium. He didn't go here with it, but in my mind, I go here with it like, what if you were from a planet where we have cars and we build like aerodynamic stuff? It's hard.
We use copper.
We use copper and we use gold.
We never heard of Malkovium. Maybe it's super popular and dense.
If they're popular over there, and that's their thing they have. They don't have gold. They don't have these things we have. But that's what they have. Then they would build. They would learn, if they were on the level of how we became, like, build a car, build a better car, build a faster car, build a rocket, build a better rocket. They could be on the same level as us, or even less, but their technology, if that's what they had, and the way that their very first thing they built would be anti-gravity because of the means of the materials that they have on their planet.
So this one's for some of the older folks that actually listen to us. You showed me that video of the saucer over the ocean that just fucking disappears, right? You know what that shape reminds me of?
What? It's a flying saucer.
It is. But also, maybe it's something that will develop here on Earth too, because we portrayed them in the Jetsons. Same shape, same kind of gravitational, the way it raises up and the sound and everything, right? You never know. Maybe we'll end up... Because that was a pretty good one, right? So that is how their cars looked, was like saucers.
Yeah.
So who's to say, like, that's not just their everyday kind of a travel thing?
That's what I mean. Yeah. Yes. Think about it. If you go off on that kind of way, like, we don't have that. So it's kind of like alien, right? What's the meaning of alien? Different, right? And so it's alien in quotations to us to think about anti-gravity. They must be so beyond us. To them, they might have that because that's given the materials. They have the things that apply on their planet.
It's actually, it's actually really
They might come here and look and say, like, holy shit, like, look at the metals that they use, like, maybe they're even stronger. Like, maybe our metals aren't even strong. But they
could also be strong and much more lightweight than the metal we have here.
Yeah, but like, but they have these strong metals. Yeah. Oh, look at, like, they can, like, float around, but they don't even need to. They build rockets. We never thought of that. Blow something out the back to make it go up. Things are just different, and if you think openly in those kind of terms, I think it's a very interesting thing. They don't necessarily need to be like telepathic and they can do all these things. Like, they're so beyond us in every way. It doesn't, we don't know what it would be.
Yeah.
We're open to it. We don't know what it would be. It doesn't have to be that way.
This is actually a
It could
much
be
better
anything.
way to discuss this than what we did at at the store when we were at work together recently. Because you were showing me a couple videos, and I'm like, what about the wires and the electricity?
Yeah, and see,
you're
that's-
like, you fucking idiot.
I got really mad at you because let me tell you something. He was talking to me. We're going to save this for a Big Bob Lazar episode, okay? But most of this. But I was telling him some stuff about old Bobby, right?
No, Bobby Lays.
And Ronnie says, and I said, this is how he says that the craft works and stuff. And he goes to me, so you're telling me that none of this stuff's connected with wires? And I go, that's just what he says.
To be fair,
And
I
he
didn't say
said-
wires. I said
You
electricity.
no, you said wires, and then you go, but electricity, like, or
Fair.
anything.
Okay, fair.
And then you go, so there's nothing in it. Where's the computer? I think you even
Yeah.
maybe said one.
Well, I
Where's
mean, you gotta have a computer for a navigation interface,
Yeah,
right?
and so see,
But
this
that's
is
me
this is
thinking
that's
on
very
an
good that you
earthly
called
thing,
that
yeah.
out because that was why I got so mad at you.
Oh, man, he was yelling
Ronnie
at me
wants
for like
to
10
walk
minutes.
into an alien spacecraft and go, oh,
That's
you know what?
silly.
The anti-gravity is just connecting the yellow wire to the blue wire all along. It's
never
all
know.
it's our stuff
But
and we
to
can
be
do it.
to be fair, we make our wires out of copper and other materials, right? Maybe their wires are made of Macovium.
Well, you also said it that day, and credit to you after I got incredibly mad at you for being such a cuck. You did say like, oh, maybe it's like magnets and stuff, and now that's true, but also still thinking in relative terms of what we know.
Exactly, because that's all
Yeah.
I know.
And you know what's funny about what we know? We only know what we know until we know some more, and then
what we know is
we
just
don't we
been
don't get our
fucking wrong.
minds blown for more than 1 second. Do you realize that when we learn something new, or you go like look up something, and go, oh my god! I mean, you're into like, dude, your thing is like to talk about all the NASA, and they just are trying to break ground on getting in space and
Yeah.
the unknown. But every time that we learn something that's fascinating and incredible, and we did not know, it takes like about 2 seconds of mind blowing. Like, that's so cool. Never mind a day. Like, we wake up the next morning, we're like, of course we can fucking go to space and do that. Of course. You don't know about black holes?
You
know what I mean?
fucking idiot.
We just accept this shit in like 2 seconds. It's just, oh, of course. We've always,
Obviously, that's common
in our
knowledge.
mind, we have always known this. So if they came down here and then we so this is how it works, and we finally found out, but it's nothing like we ever knew. We'd be like, well, of course,
Obviously.
that always made sense now.
I don't think that's our innate curiosity. I think that's our own arrogance.
Yeah, that's arrogance. Yeah, obviously, now that we learned it 2 seconds ago, it's
that's
always
hubris,
made
man.
sense if you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hubris of man.
Yes. All right, Ronnie, listen, this has been super fun. I hope you guys have very much enjoyed these videos. It is time for Ronnie to talk about his stars. And not only that, but Ronnie's unprofessionalism last time around and being completely unprepared. Ronnie's actually got some, he's come in here fighting, going out swinging for his job.
calm down.
He's got some stuff prepared for you guys if I've ever heard anything. Okay.
So have you heard of Artemis 2?
I have not heard of Artemis 2. You told me the name, but I literally
Okay.
still don't know what this is. I like to save it for the natural, for the podcast, the natural.
Fair
feel.
enough. So Artemis 2 is I think it's a mission that started early, either 2021 or 2022. It was more just getting the stuff together and planning. But now in November of 2024, they're going to be launching Artemis 2. It's a new spaceship that was developed by, who was it? It was,
Well, it's got to be
Osiris?
NASA
Not
or
Osiris.
Elon,
No.
right?
I have it. Let me pull it up here. I don't want to give the wrong name to it.
It's
But-
not SpaceX or NASA.
No.
Wow.
Where
I mean,
the
those are
fuck
kind of
is this article?
those are kind of the two big ones.
I mean, usually, yeah. Anyways, while I'm looking this up, Artemis 2, it's a new mission that's going to send these four new people on one of the farthest missions from Earth. So it's going to break the record of as long as it goes well. It's going to send a ship the farthest out we've ever been from Earth. From these four people. What is it? The Commander Reed Weissman, pilot Victor Glover, the mission specialist Christina Koch, and Jeremy Henson.
I believe it's pronounced cock.
I don't know. But Artemis 2 will looks like it's by the Orion spacecraft is what they call them. It's I don't think it's NASA, but I'm not.
Where are they?
Well,
So it's the farthest manned mission out.
Yes,
Obviously,
farthest manned mission.
And so where does it go? Where is it going?
So what they're going to end up doing is in 2024, they're going to send this out into orbit.
You're like, and it will never return with these four brave souls.
I hope it does.
Just into empty
I mean,
space,
if it does,
know?
that is incredible because they have another mission afterwards. But
Okay.
the way they're doing this is it's called a translunar injection. They send them
I think
up
I had
into the
one of those maybe when I woke up this morning.
injection, huh? It went inside you. Huh? Anyway, they send this. They're sending Artemis into the orbit of Earth. It's gonna circle Earth twice to gather speed, and then it's gonna fucking relaunch itself out towards the moon.
And that's so cool. Can I just? I'm gonna let you keep. I think that is one of the cooler things that we have. That is a way more recent discovery in the history of man, certainly. But even like where they figured out like you can propel yourself in that way
Yes.
with going around the. I mean, that is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
If you really think about
So
that,
this
like
whole mission's like
using
a-
other things that are natural things that occur.
The most natural thing, our own
Yeah.
gravitational pull.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so cool.
And it's pretty much like a figure eight type of mission, right? So they're launching it from Earth. It's going to go up around the moon's orbit, and back to Earth. And land back down into the Pacific Ocean.
And so that will technically, it's the farthest because even if we count like, the going to the moon, you know.
it's the farthest people
they've never
have
gone.
made it.
Well, yeah, but people technically going to the moon before, they haven't gone
Past-
around
yes.
the moon, around
They
the
didn't
dark
go past
side
it,
of the
yeah.
moon and back. And
Only
that's-
satellites.
Yeah.
But I thought that was really cool. It's about a 10-day long mission.
I swear to God, I hope to God that they put some fucking high-ass definition. I mean, this fucking is a space mission carrying
Literally
human
just
beings.
pull out your iPhone.
I hope that they just load that ship with the craziest high-definition things that get through darkness that you've ever seen. I want to see the bases.
Turn on your headlights. I want to see everything.
I want to see the bases that are, yeah.
But it is really cool. You know, it's like a 10-day long mission of them pretty much gathering the information they need to land.
Yeah.
Right, and we haven't landed on the moon since, I think it was Apollo 17 back in 1972.
Do you think
Yes, I think we landed on the moon.
you did?
I do
Okay.
not think it was.
I want you to actually, like, I'm not convinced that we did or didn't. I'm not familiar enough in the subject. You know, a lot of people say that we don't, and they say, like, the flag wouldn't be waving, like, things like that. Like, there's a lot of different little things they say. I want you to shit on that really quick.
The flag wouldn't be.
No,
waving.
I want you to, in general, like, you have definitely heard the people that,
Right.
and their arguments, right, of that we didn't land on the moon and it was filmed in a studio. I want you to shit on that real quick and tell me why that didn't happen.
Why do people think that?
Yeah, why do they
The
think
same
that?
reason people think the Earth is flat.
Well, I mean, I don't believe in that, Ronnie. But...
Like, I mean, there's so much proof, and
Okay, there we go.
sure, like oh yeah, video editing was at its height back in those days. You can't fucking do that.
Yeah, but what's the other proof for that they did? Just the video?
The video, our flag's still there.
Okay, so now this is where we get interesting. So we can see it in pictures that we take of it still.
Of the moon? I
Yeah.
mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't think we've ever taken pictures of the flag again.
Wow, you don't say, huh?
There might actually be a picture of it where it has lost all of its color. Let me see if I can find that.
Because I find this interesting, and Ronnie, like when I'm obsessive over something, this your shit. I've always wanted somebody to tell me why that's so stupid, but you got to do a good job. I want you to tell me why it's so stupid to believe that we never were actually there.
Why would we fake it?
Well, you know why we would fake it.
Oh,
right?
what, the rush to space, right, between
Yes.
us and Russia? Huh?
Yes.
I mean, sure.
And then they didn't.
China did.
Yeah, but they did well, and but it was between us and Russia. Maybe kind of like honestly, like we couldn't get there, and then we're like, you know what? We have this Hollywood studio.
You know, the people that do believe that we didn't make it to the moon are mainly flat Earth believers. They believe that there is
Does that coincide?
It does, yes. They believe there is a crystal dome
All right,
that
that's
encapsulates
horribly
Earth,
stupid.
and they say that we are not able to pass what they call the
That's
firmament or
Horribly
filament
stupid.
or whatever.
That's so stupid.
That's what they believe. They believe that our sky that we naturally see right now is a projection of something else.
That's very stupid. Yes. All right, I'm gonna let you get on with your.
We have so many satellites and everything up in the sky. Why wouldn't we have made it to the moon?
Because of back then when it happened, though.
Yeah.
When it happened and we didn't have shit, and we're just like, like, oh my God, we made it all the way, and now you fast forward like all these years, and they're like finally like I believe
Getting
this,
back.
like I believe this, but like that's the.
You want to know why we haven't been back to the moon in so long?
I want to know why.
Because we have shot so many satellites up into the air that the math required to get us around said satellites and back to the moon is so much more difficult than it was back in the 1970s.
Space trash.
Pretty much, yeah. It's all just so much excess space debris and everything up there, not just from us, but from all the other countries now too, that we are littering our own orbit to the point where we're almost making
Saturn.
I mean,
we're gonna look like Saturn.
But it's all gonna be trash instead of.
Hey, you ever thought that Saturn that's a bunch of space trash from civilization
maybe
that's been around for a very long time?
No.
Okay, I thought I'd throw that out there. All right, go on with the Artemis mission. So they're when are they launching that to go around the moon? Their
November.
plans are to actually eventually go to the moon, but this is just a test mission. Am I correct?
This is pretty much a test mission. It is to gather the data. They're launching November of 2024. And then
that's not so far away.
Not too far. And then once they are back, they got to review all the data and everything. And then by 2025, not giving a specific month, they're launching Artemis 3, which is the same...
Obviously, if it's successful enough. That
if it's successful, yes. Okay. And then the same crew is going and touching down on the moon, which would make it the first woman to ever land on the moon and the first black man to ever land on the moon.
You were excited about this.
That's pretty cool. It is breaking history, yes.
Where's the transvestite?
I'm sure they're called transgenders now. And we'll get there.
Ronnie, my Honda needs a new tranny.
It's terrible.
Alright, listen. It brings some levity, that's all.
Wow.
Alright.
Anyway. There's actually a... Oh, man. Jesus fucking Christ. So... I'm gonna just change the fucking subject. You guys want to know the maximum altitude? Do it. It's hard. So the maximum altitude that we're actually gonna reach on this one is over 5,500 miles above the moon's surface. Wow. It's fucking crazy, dude. That's pretty cool. There is a lot to go into it though, with for it to be successful or the milestones that need to be achieved. So, what is it? So the first one, obviously, the launch, and it is by NASA. I did look into that.
It is by NASA.
They're launching from NASA's Kennedy Space Center.
Nice.
So,
Shout out JFK.
Fair enough.
If you guys want us to do an episode on that, okay.
Oh, is JFK an alien?
No, just the whole, yeah. They released some documents.
We'll just go on conspiracy. But no, we have to be able to obviously get to the lowest point of orbit, 40 minutes after liftoff, which is performed by what they call the interim cryogenic propulsion stage.
Jesus.
ICPS.
Cryogenic. That sounds like they're sleeping in cryo state.
Nah, you gotta be able to pilot the thing.
Yeah.
But other than that,
at least
it's
for now.
Check after 42 hours after it's begin. Make sure your orbit's correct so you don't accidentally pass the moon and just end up floating out in space.
Floating out into never-ending space.
Yeah.
That would be
what was that movie?
Event Horizon.
Yeah. That'd be terrifying. No way back. You're just floating in space.
Event Horizon, you guys, a very good movie.
But yeah.
Very underrated, okay,
It'll take 4 days to reach the moon. Because we're going to have a couple days to circle the Earth and gather the momentum, and then 4 days to get to the moon, and then the trip back. And then obviously you got to get that safe landing into the Pacific Ocean.
Yes.
Because if that don't happen, then obviously you're kind of fucked. You're just crashing. But it is really cool because it kind of coincides with this other part that I'm talking about. There's a lab in Florida that has recently been able to actually grow some plants in what they call regolith, which is the lunar soil that we brought back from previous missions.
Nice.
And it's not even a lot. It's something of about I think it was 12 grams of soil that they've been able to grow some stuff in. And
in lunar orbit.
Yeah, teaspoon-sized samples of what they've actually held plants and grown them in.
But it's been successful?
Successful in a sense. They're surviving but not thriving. So the plants that they've been able to grow have been more of it's a species of mustard greens. I'm not going to try to pronounce
No,
that.
do it. And this is the funnest part. This is the best part of the podcast when you have to pronounce stuff. Just go for it.
Arabidopsis thaliana.
You sounded super smart right there. I think you pulled that off, bro.
Maybe. But this was it University of Florida? The researchers are Annalisa Paul and Stephen M. Elardo and Robert Furl. So they planted these in, like I said, teaspoon-sized samples of soil, and they've been able to actually get them to seed and grow.
Wow.
But they're growing exponentially slower than what we have on Earth.
Yeah.
But sure. It is such an advancement that it is going to make it...
That's success still.
They're
growing.
It's an insane success. You want to know why? Because if this Artemis 3 mission does work out, they're trying to bring, actual equipment to build bases and stuff on the moon.
And you need plants.
You're going to have the plants. And obviously you can't plant stuff on the moon because of the wild differences in temperature
way, and
everything.
Without
but if you have a controlled domain, for humans and everything, you're able to get those plants.
Yes.
And you'll have unlimited soil out there that you're able to go and get, or regolith, which is
What's regolith?
So it's not like actual soil. It's more sharp. So the term regolith more refers to any kind of a layer of material covering a solid rock. Could be dust, could be soil, could just be broken rock. Okay. But the way the moon's soil is, it's very sharp and angular. So they didn't think anything would grow in it regardless. Because all of our plants are more suitable to soft, fertile land. But these mustard greens seems to be the starting key to getting shit popping off.
What about the ketchup plants?
I don't I mean, that's just a tomato plant.
Okay, that's fair. That's very fair. Wow. You brought that back around to me. I love that.
Oh, yeah, you know, ketchup bottles just growing on trees. Let me just go pick a fresh
You
bottle
know,
of
those
ketchup.
Heinz 57 things are weird. Do you gotta hit them on the 57 or it won't spill out if you hit them on the bottom?
The different trees, too. The ones that grow the glass bottles.
That's really awesome.
That's pretty great.
Hell yeah.
But
That's some good stuff, Ronnie.
that is really fucking
That's good
fascinating
stuff,
to me,
dude.
honestly. We're actually starting to be able to grow the plants, and I do have a couple of pictures here that we might be able to use on it.
Yeah. I'll
which is
find
great.
them.
Yeah.
You know my
You
editing
will?
genius. You know, I might be making dick jokes on here, but I'll find them.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I am going to send you some pictures to put up there for everybody that does show the like a visual perspective of what translunar injection looks like and everything like that.
Yes.
I got those pictures for you.
Nice.
As well as the crew for Artemis 2. And it looked like a nice, well-off bunch of people.
Yes. Very respectable. A woman.
Obviously, they're
A
fucking
black
NASA.
man and a transvestite,
You know how much?
correct?
Do you know how much schooling you have to be a part of NASA?
I know.
It's like fucking 10 years,
Yeah.
and it's all math.
Yeah. And
Math
they-
and science. Fuck. Definitely get on the STEM programs, ladies and gentlemen, because that is science, fucking math, all
What's
that.
STEM programs?
STEM programs. I'll get the actual definition. It's a acronym. STEM. It's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Those are the programs.
STEM.
STEM. Yeah.
Okay.
But those are what they learn to be an astronaut.
And then you also have to have, like, beyond being smart, like, you have to have, like, a... Like,
You have to have an insane understanding of plants and everything like that.
Yeah,
and,
but, I
like,
mean, besides everything about the smarts of it, you also have to, like... Is it not true, or is this just a movie thing where... You literally, like, they do all sorts of tests to even, like, okay, this guy's plenty smart enough, or this girl's plenty smart enough, but, like, do they make good decisions under pressure, or
Yeah.
can they be under stress and still use their brain to the...
God, not even just mental stress, but physical stress, too.
Yeah.
Because they have to go through the...
Yes.
What is it?
They do that
The training
in real
thing, yeah.
life, right? That's not
think
just
so.
a movie thing.
It's not gyroscopic training. What the fuck is that called?
Yeah, where they put them
But
through
yeah.
yeah.
They get spun like crazy.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to help your body adapt for the lift off and everything because of the insane pressure.
No doubt.
I mean, think about it. When you, like, lay on the gas of your car and it sends your head back, right? You're doing that at such a fucking stronger rate
Yeah.
with a ship trying to
they have
break
even
our
rides like that, dude. Like they even have rides that are obviously
Oh, the
not that
Gravitron.
intense, but yeah, and then you just put your back to the wall, no straps, and you can climb up the wall while the ride's going.
Oh, man,
like,
me and my friends,
it's nuts.
me and my friends, when we get on the Gravitron, we'd have those little competitions, you know, like, oh, try to get off the wall, right?
Yeah.
And Jesus, it's so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like, my lord, you don't think it'd be hard. You're just laying there, right? You're like, oh yeah, I can move.
No. Gravity's a bitch.
It'll bring you down. But you know what they say? Anytime you fall down, you get right back up. Thank you for joining us.
Oh my god. And then, hold on. Because Ronnie tried
That was a great ending. You suck.
I know, but I'm going to try. Ronnie tried to hit the button.
I missed.
He hit the wrong
I
button.
could have paused it.
He hit the
I
wrong
hit
button.
the wrong. I can't even see the buttons.
A moment of silence.
Goodbye.